Donald Trump and his tariffs are going to kill off car manufacturing in the United States. Ford, etc. They're just all going to disappear in the United States. They'll carry on manufacturing elsewhere, but just not in the United States. We are going to see tens of thousands of jobs lost in the car manufacturing sector right across the board. Not just Ford. You see, Ford has just announced a $29 million loss for the last quarter. Last year, for the same quarter, it was $1.8 billion profit. And now they make losses because of the tariffs. They've had around $800 million paid in tariffs for the last quarter. 800 million just in tariffs. Now, they believe they're going to be a $2 billion loss for the year. Well, they're not going to carry on like that, are they? See, businesses are there to make money. Shareholders will start shedding their shares if they haven't started already. Share values will go down, the value of the company go down, and they won't be worth so much, and before you know it, they won't be able to get the money that they need to survive. And they'll collapse. Now, they have been gobbling the tariffs, eating the tariffs, as Donald Trump would say today, because they didn't know what the tariff situation was going to be with other countries, and now they got more of an idea. But they didn't want to lose their market share, so they didn't want to be preemptive and add this additional cost onto the consumer. Now, you could argue, why don't you just do that? But still, they will probably make losses. People buy on price. If you're going to be subjected to another 15% on taxes on your vehicle, well, then you might think twice about buying a new vehicle. It's obvious, isn't it? How many of you go shopping for food, for instance, and buy on price, or just shove everything in a trolley and whatever it is? Most people buy on price. I know we do. Well, it is concerning, because old Henry Ford would be turning in his grave with all this going on, like he would. He's a bit of a tyrant mind, but you might have to simplify things. He'll be a Ford pickup, as a Ford 150. You can have any colour as long as it's black, or something like that. It's a way of saving some money, maybe. Well, you see, there for the year, Ford said it now expects a net tariff-related headwind of around $2 billion, which reflects a $3 billion gross adverse adjusted earnings before interest and tax, they call it EBIT, impact, partially offset by $1 billion of mitigation efforts. And Ford CFO Sherry House said on a call with reporters that mitigation efforts could include higher pricing for certain vehicles or using bonded rail carriers. That's when they're basically kept out of the tax system for as long as possible. Now, some people have, some companies have been doing that already, basically waiting for a opportune moment to release those items so they pay tariffs or no tariffs at that moment. So they hold them in bonded, the items in bonded warehousing. But there's also a cost involved with that, obviously. You can't warehouse stuff for nothing, can you? Also, some companies might actually buy goods, in essence. In other words, we have bought, I don't know, 1 million litres of orange juice. It doesn't even go anywhere at that point. But it will do at the point of when the tariffs are at the right rate. So it's basically pre-ordering, effectively. And then you've got those who are pre-loaded before the tariffs kick in. In other words, they literally buy a whole load of stuff, order loads of stuff, store it all until they need. But eventually that runs out and they'll have to buy it at the new tariff rate. You see, this is going to kill car manufacturing in the United States. There's thousands of components in a car from all over the world, not just from Canada and Mexico. It's also come from China, India, all over the place. Whether it be soft linings to electronic components and engines, etc. Cars aren't built the way they used to be. Not everything is in-house. It's not really possible to do it these days because the cars are so complicated and so technical. And then you got the tariffs that could be due on things like software-related issues, you know? Nothing is free in a tariff trading zone. It really isn't. So anyway, what do you reckon to that? Is it Ford, for instance, and other car manufacturing companies in the United States are no more? That'd be the end of an era. That will be all be going on your push bikes. Yeah, charged up by your windmills. Anyway, please beat that like button. Maybe subscribe to the channel, a little bell icon, because then you get one fuzz video in your pocket every time I upload another video. If you want to support the channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and the links are down below. And my advice to other countries is to, well, just say, okay then, we're going to hold fast. We're not going to suck up to old Donald Trump and his chocolate starfish. We'll find new markets. That's what you got to do. You've got to move away from the United States. It's too unpredictable. Anyway, but for now, toodaloo.